But like you said, I do like Vancouver.
Yep.
I mean, Luongo, the only goalie that can really compete with him right now is Miller. The Sedins are great. Kessler's a fantastic player.
Kessler too, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't mention him.
Yeah, Kessler's really good.
So I can just see them winning. I mean, I play NHL all the time on my PS3 and on Xbox, and
that translates in the real world.
But that's my number one team that I play with all the time. I've just loved Vancouver for the last year now.
Yeah, they're a really good, in real life. They're a really good team.
And in the East, I mean, how can you leave Pittsburgh out of it?
I mean, Pittsburgh.
They have the two top centers in the game. I think Malkin.
Well, no, Malkin's not a top center anymore.
I don't know about that.
He's definitely not.
I don't know about that.
Henrik Sedin, Nicholas Backstrom, Steven Stamkos.
Yeah, but
it's a 1 year. It's a 1 year difference.
I know that was a big.
He got close to 80 points.
He's still a solid second line center.
They're the best center in the game. I'll give you that.
Oh,
Sidney Crosby.
But then you have Malkin as your second center. I mean that's ridiculous.
They're a great playoff team. Marc-Andre Fleury steps it up in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean
if they can get the last couple of years they've been the top team and they kind of slip into the playoffs and then do damage in the playoffs. So if they get into the playoffs, watch out for them.
All right.
All right. Now we have a little bit of extra time here. So basketball less than a month away, actually. So, who do you guys do you think the Heat can challenge the Lakers?
I think people are underestimating how good the Heat are going to be. You throw Chris Bosh, who was on Toronto, who got the team to the playoffs single-handedly last year, and LeBron James, who everyone said had a great supporting cast, and that's why Kobe's better than him. Then how come nobody's giving Cleveland a chance this year? They have the same team. They're all Shaq. They're basically the same team, and nobody giving them a chance. He carried them all by himself. Dwayne Wade carried them all by himself. Throw them out there, and they're going to be double covered each. Then throw Eddie House and Mike Miller, two of the best three-point shooters in the game, wide open. That team's going to be insane. I'm going to say they're going to be close to 70 wins. I like the Celtics this year.
With Shaq, I mean
the Green Machine. I go down with Kendrick Perkins.
They're the top three teams.
Kevin Garnett.
The top three teams.
Jermaine O'Neal.
And
Shaquille O'Neal.
And they added Delonte West.
They did. He had a great game last year.
Yeah,
in the preseason.
He's back now. I love that pickup.
Great pickup.
I can't really disagree with you. Miami's a fantastic team.
I mean, people were sitting there and said, "Oh yeah, they're not going to gel." You saw what the Celtics did, and they were in their 30s. These people are all in their prime. And I think if you're going to start a fantasy team when they were all last year, these are the top three out of like the top five picks. Put them all together in the same team. They're going to gel really well. They played all together in Team USA. They're going to be a really, really good team.
LeBron's going for his ring. So Kobe, you better move over.
And my pick.
See, everybody's talking about the Lakers though,
Yep.
but everybody forgets about Oklahoma Thunder. I mean, I know they're not the best team, but they're an up and coming team, and a lot of executives are picking Kevin Durant to be the MVP this year.
Exactly.
I think he can carry them into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs. And if the team around him can come together, that can be a very scary team.
I think the Lakers are going to run away in the West. Personally, I think they're going for the three-peat. Losing Andrew Bynum is a big thing for them in the first half of the year, first quarter of the year, whatever. A team to watch out for is Portland, but also New Orleans. They had an off year last year. I think they're back. Emeka Okafor, David West, Chris Paul.
If Chris Paul can stay healthy, that's a very good team too.
Marcus Story.
But he's the key. He has to stay healthy.
Yep, exactly. But I'm going with the Heat over the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'll go the Lakers over the Portland Trail Blazers in the Western Conference Finals, and the Heat take down the Lakers in 4 games and end their chances of three-peat.
I'm going to agree with you on the East. I think the Heat and the Celtics are the two best teams. I mean, there's really no other teams that can compete with them. They just have too much talent. And in the West, I'm just liking the Thunder. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the championship, but I think they're going to compete with the Lakers.
What about
and take them to 7 games?
What about in the East? Do you think the Bulls or the Magic can even come close?
No, I don't think the Bulls are going to. They might make it out of the first round, but I don't think they're going to go that far. And the Magic, I just think they're one of the most overrated
If the Celtics stay healthy, they're the only team in the East, in my opinion, that has a shot at taking them down. But I think the Celtics are too old. One of them are definitely going to go down. Paul Pierce or Kevin Garnett, somebody's going to go down.
Probably Garnett.
I will give a. I don't think Shaq's going to play more than 50 games this year. That team's very old.
I don't think he should play back-to-back games. I think they should.
Well, he's going to be in way lower minutes this year.
Yeah,
he's never not been a starter in his career, and he's going to be in a best.
He shouldn't play back-to-back games though.
That's a good opinion, but I think if the Celtics can stay healthy, still think the Heat are going to beat them.
Oh yeah, but I think they can compete with them pretty well.
All right.
All right, well, that's about all we have for this week's edition of The Pitch. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., anything you want, you can find us on Facebook, and there's links in the Facebook page to the YouTube page and to our email. So just,
all the links will be, in the description. And I just wanted to add one thing. We put up a poll this week about the trade with Randy Moss, and I think we should keep doing that. Every week have one topic that we're going to put a poll up, and we'll talk about it on the show. We didn't really get that many votes this week because it was kind of thrown up late. But, if you guys vote, we'll talk about it on the show, and I think it could be a very good addition to the show.
Yeah, this is a show for the fans, so whatever you'd like, we'd like to. So
feel free to completely bash us or tell us we're doing great, or give us ideas on what to do.
We want your feedback. We want your input.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
By the way, 2-1, 1-2. We'll see how this goes out this way.
I like taking risks though.
Feel free to bash my picks. Feel free to bash Ryan's picks. What do you think is going to win the 3 games that we picked each week?
Well, only time can tell. Until next week, we'll see you later. I'm your host, John Fox, alongside with B. Doms and Mitch Sabatelli. Have a good night.
Randy Moss, gone.